Okay, guys, welcome to this opportunity event call for October. I am Kelly Godwin, Emerald Ambassador, and I will be talking to you a little bit more later. But I wanted to first thank Brandy for coming on to give us her testimony, and Jill. I can't wait to hear from these two amazing women. I think y'all are going to be blown away. For those of y'all that aren't on the call, this will be recorded so that we can share with everyone that's not able to get on because they are either on the cruise or off living this crazy fall lifestyle that we're all having to keep up with right now. I know holidays are coming up, so this is a tough time of year. But anyway, let's start with Brandy. Brandy is a Sapphire ambassador, and she is truly one of my most favorite people on the planet, not just on Plexus, or on our Plexus team, our overall Plexus team, but just in the whole world. So I'm so excited for y'all to hear from her. So Brandy, take it away.
Thank you, Kelly. That is so sweet of you. First of all, I'll ask Kelly and Jill or anybody if you can yourself, as my computer, we were just discussing I need a new computer, and I do, but the sound is not very good if you're unmuted. So, yeah. So you guys feel free to stop me anytime. But as Kelly said, I'm Brandy Walker. I'm a Sapphire ambassador, and I've been with Plexus I've been working the business for about 3.5 years now. We are a military family. I just want to tell you a little bit about my background and where I've come from. I'm originally from Alabama, South Alabama, and I married my high school sweetheart 27 years ago. So we've been married 27 years now. We've got 3 children. One that is almost 25, about to get married in about 5 weeks. He's about to give you a heart attack. Yeah. And then we've got another son that's 20 years old. He's in college at Troy. And then I've got a daughter who's almost 17. So, my kids are probably a lot older than probably most of you guys on here. But like I said, we're a military family. We've been moving around for 27 years, because we started moving literally about 5 days after we got married. And my husband and I were discussing a few minutes ago. I said, how many assignments have we had in 27 years? And he was like, count them up. You guys, that's how many times we've moved. We've had 13 assignments. And that does not count, all the temporary assignments he's had to go on, the temporary assignments that I had to go on, because I didn't mention that I was actually in the Air Force myself for almost 8 years. So we were 2 active duty military members married, and we were both just like literally all over the world. So we've moved 13 times. We lived in 17 different houses, and I'm sure that I'm forgetting something, because when you just kind of try to add it up pretty quick, it kind of all starts running together. But that's a lot of places. And if you think about that, 27 years and 17 houses, I'm horrible at math, but that is on average, every 2.5 years or so. I don't know. Some places we've lived longer, some places we live like 10 months. So it's just a constant uprooting the kids, uprooting myself. And when we got married, I was complete, just horrible introvert. And when I say introvert, I'm for some reason, I mute everybody. It's not letting me mute everybody, but
yeah, Brandy, I think I got it.
Thank you. But when I say painfully introverted, y'all, I am not joking. If my husband walked out and we were at a party or something, or a get together, and he left me with these military spouses I did not know, you can bet he was going to hear about it later. That's how introverted I was. So, I've kind of come a long way. It's taken me a while, but I will say with this business, you guys, when I first started, like I said, we moved around so much, and I've made friends, but just being able to keep that connection with them when you have to uproot everybody is so hard. And I'm a very loyal friend. If we're ever friends, we are pretty much friends for life. And that's something that I craved. I saw my friends posting about Plexus and all the fun they were having and all the trips, because you guys, people join this business for so many different reasons. And for me, it just looked like something that I could be a part of, and that it didn't matter where I worked it from. I could be, out west, I could be down south, I could be across the world. I literally signed up when I lived in Italy. So it just looked like to me that this was something that I could work from anywhere. It didn't matter. I didn't have to quit, because I told you how many houses we lived in and how many, how many assignments we've had. But you guys, I was active duty Air Force for 8 years. I was a hairdresser. I taught preschool. I've been an administrative assistant. I've been an accounting clerk. And honestly, the joke was on them because I don't do numbers. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything. And although I loved a lot of those jobs, you guys, when you move every 2 to 2.5 years, you can never, ever move up. Like there was never a time that I thought, okay, this is going to be my career. I didn't have a college degree because, like I said, we got married pretty young. I went back to school, but just, with constant moves and babies, and I just kind of gave up on that. This has just been something that I can work literally from my cell phone. When we moved back from Italy, I made my very first post the day we moved back to the States. We moved to Virginia, and we didn't have a house. We didn't have internet. We had just got brand new cell phones because ours were dinosaurs after living overseas for a couple of years. And we just moved to Florida back in December. And you guys, normally that would have been something that I would just have to quit my job and completely start over and wherever I went, and you guys see how many different kinds of jobs I've had. That's because I was never really qualified to do a whole lot of anything except being a mom. And because, I have a little bit of experience doing this, a little bit of experience doing that. And it was pretty much whatever job was available where I was is what I had to take. But when we moved, y'all, my business did not skip a beat. Like it did not even matter. I was working, from the time we drove out of our driveway in Virginia until we drove up in the driveway here because I could work, just in the car. Or it's just been amazing. Like as a military spouse, I think it kind of helps your business really because you make contacts from, different places. So if you've got maybe a spouse that moves a lot, or maybe you're somebody that has moved a lot, I just think this opportunity really truly is for anybody. But for someone like me, who really had no, college education, and I really have always, wanted to be able to help our family, help take a little bit of pressure off my husband. He's an amazing provider. And he, money was not really the issue, but gosh, who doesn't need more money? And you guys, now my husband's been in the Air Force for 27 years, and now I make more than he does. That is an incredible blessing that our family never, ever expected. I joined because I had stomach aches and I was exhausted and just a moody, hot mess. That's why I joined. And I thought this could be something that I could, be a part of, and I could help bring it to other military spouses. They could have kind of a family to go to. And I think that's truly what it's become for me. We travel together. Jill and Kelly, we just got back from Hawaii, you guys, and we had a blast. We got to take our husbands. And I had a couple girls on my team go with me. It was so much fun. It was kind of what I pictured myself doing. And, it's not just for these trips, are not just for people that have made it to the top ranks of the company. I've got 16 or 17 people on a cruise right now in Miami and Key West that they won, just by doing Plexus. So these trips are truly for anybody. So if that's something that you're into, I definitely think this business could be for you. So I think that's pretty much all I have, Kelly. I just can't say enough about it. It's just incredible. I get to be with my family whenever I want. I get to travel and, still work my business from wherever, as long as I have Wi-Fi.
I always love hearing from you, Brandy. Thank you. And for y'all that are on the call, if you have any questions, I know Brandy, I think, has to jump off, but feel free to type them in the comments. We will get them to her. If you want to put them on the team page, we'll still get them to her, and we'll get them answered for you if Brandy has to jump off. Brandy, thank you. I love you. You're awesome. You're an inspiration to me and to my team. And so I'm just so thankful that you could come be on this call with us and spend this time with us. So, all right, next up is Jill Halligan, who is incredible. She is one of my closest friends. Jill joined this business shortly after I did because she wanted the product. She's going to tell you her story, but I can't wait for y'all to hear from her. She is the best leader that I truly know. And I learn from her every single day. So it's amazing that, I'm technically her leader, but she truly leads me. But I can't wait for y'all to hear from her. She's a school administrator, a mom to two of the busiest kids, the busiest family I've ever seen. So she has an incredible testimony. So Jill, you're up.
Thanks, Kelly. Hey guys, I'm Jill Halligan. I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I live in Sugar Land, Texas. And my story's a little bit unique. I am a school administrator. I work at a Title I campus, an elementary campus of right around 900 kids, but it has been up to 1,200. And I started the products for job stress, for heartburn, reflux, adrenal fatigue, all of those things. And I started the products and they worked. And I found myself sharing with friends. And then this thing started happening. I was not interested in the business at all. I'm super busy. My kids are super busy. I love my job as an administrator. I love helping kids. But behind my kids and my school kids, there wasn't a lot of time left. And this crazy thing started happening when I would be anywhere near somebody that had a health issue or was talking about, they needed a new circle of friends or they needed positivity in their life. I would get this nudge from God, like, you are supposed to tell them about Plexus, tell them about your story. And for months I walked away and I would literally have a stomach ache. I fought it so hard. Like, no, I'm too busy. I don't want that. I don't do network marketing. That's not who I am. And I realized that God had a different plan for me. And so when I started sharing, all of that went away. All of it went away. And it was, was I scared? Absolutely. Like, this is so out of my box. If you know me at all, you did a double take when you started hearing me talk about Plexus, because I've never even sold Girl Scout cookies. That's not in my personality. But these products worked, and they worked for me personally. And so I started sharing. A little background on me. Both my husband and I are teachers. And so, when you're in any kind of service industry, nurse, firefighters, teachers, what your pay is going to be from now until the day you retire. And I didn't realize it at the time, but it caused us to live within our means, which was a great thing, but it also caused us to stop dreaming. And so I started sharing, I started building a team. It was amazing to me, the people that I started hearing from with, my A1C is lowered and, I'm coming off thyroid medications. All these amazing things were happening. And right at the same time, my son became old enough to do travel baseball. If any of you know anything about travel baseball, it is no joke. Like, on an easy year, we're spending 10 grand or more on travel baseball. And that's not hotels and food and all of those things. Plexus came along for me at the exact right time. The first time that he made a team and my husband came home and told me what the price tag was going to be for 4 months, I didn't have to panic because I had that in my Plexus account. And so immediately for me, this became, I get to help people like I do at school every day, which is amazing for my personality. I love helping people. I'll do anything for anybody. But I also realized that I was helping myself. I was helping my kids. I wasn't having to tell them no, because on 2 teacher salaries, 10 grand a year for travel baseball was not going to happen. And he works his behind off. He's actually working out right now. And so I didn't have to tell him no. And if the difference between sharing the products or not sharing the products meant I had to tell him no, that was a no-brainer for me. So I started sharing, met amazing people, y'all. If you're in a job that you love, because I love my job, but it's a super negative environment. There is not very many people that you make happy as a school administrator, and at least not consistently. It's a very negative environment. And so I started working Plexus, meeting amazing people, amazing mindset, so much positivity, like it was insane. And I started seeing things happening even on Facebook. The difference between what my Plexus friends were posting and what my non-Plexus friends were posting was night and day. And so I was getting my cup filled at the same time. Again, I just kept reaching out to people, kept hearing stories. And it's been such a blessing to me. I put myself through 2 degrees, my bachelor's and my master's. I'm almost paid off on my student loans because of Plexus. That's a huge blessing. And at this point, I love my job, but I don't have to work it. Plexus is my number 1 income. And that in and of itself is a blessing, because when you're in a toxic environment, on any given day, in my mind, I know that I can walk in and say, I'm done today. I'm done. And y'all, I'm telling you, that is the best gift you could ever give yourself, is to do a job that you love, knowing you don't have to do it. And so that's been so huge for us. But the thing that I want to tell you guys is that you don't have to get into this business and want to be a diamond. You don't have to get into this business to want to do anything other than help people or pay for your products. You can get into this business to make $100 a month. I remember thinking, if I could just make $500, that would make things so much easier. If I could just make $1,000, like mind blowing. I have no idea what an extra $1,000 a month could do for my family. And so I took it as it came to me. I didn't start this business wanting to be a diamond. I just took it one step at a time, helped as many people as I could. You know, there's people on my team that do it because they want to pay for private school for their kids. Other people want to pay off student loans. Many people just want to pay for their products. They love the products help them, but wouldn't it be great if they didn't have to purchase them out of their own pocket? So that's really why I wanted to share with you guys, because you hear so many testimonies of people that, you know, quit their jobs and you know, made extra income staying at home. And it's really refreshing to me to hear somebody say, I love my job and I love Plexus and I spend a ton of time with my kids. And you can have all three of those things. You don't have to give up anything in order to do those things. So I'm hoping that you guys, there's somebody out there that hears me tonight, but just know that your reasons for sharing change consistently. My reasons, the reasons I started are not the reasons I still do it. And they continue to grow and change and do all of those things. But if you're on this call, there's a reason, there's something calling you to find out more. And I just want to encourage you that there is nobody that's going to push you in a direction you don't want to go. That, like I said, if you want to cover your products, there are people that will help you cover your products. But if you want to go to the top, you can do that too. And I will tell you, that is my goal now. And there are so many role models for me. Kelly and Brandy are at the top of the list. There's so many people, because Plexus isn't one personality. It's not one body type. It's not one profession. There are so many really cool people in Plexus. And I just look forward to getting to meet more of them along the way.
Thank you so much, Jill. Always love hearing from you. Okay, I'm going to go pretty quick because I'm going to try to not keep y'all on here any longer than the 30 minutes we promised. But again, I opened up by telling you who I was. My name is Kelly Godwin. I'll tell you again, I'm an Emerald Ambassador. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. So my story has a couple of really interesting turns. I watched some of my friends post about Plexus for almost 2 years. I mean, it was a good year and a half to 2 years. And I thought, in my very skeptical mind, it's not real. Like, what's wrong with these people? I thought they were all crazy. But I started watching and I couldn't stop. And I kept feeling that nudge in my spirit. But it wasn't until I had my little girl. We had a miracle baby that we weren't supposed to have. We went through a pretty traumatic pregnancy. She was born perfect, but I was not the mama that I wanted to be. I had developed postpartum depression and anxiety during the pregnancy, all of the stuff that we went through. And I had dreamed about being a mom. I was that girl. I always say I was not that girl that dreamed about getting married. I dreamed about being a mom. I always pictured my children, but I didn't have the joy that I wanted to have. I was not myself. I was crying behind closed doors. I didn't feel connected to this baby. And I remembered these friends talking about gut health and anxiety and depression being connected to our gut. Didn't believe it, but I said, you know what? Rather than trying the meds that were prescribed to me at the time, I wanted to give this holistic option a try. So I ordered the products, and y'all, it changed everything for me. I mean, the joy started to come back into my life almost immediately. The brain fog lifted, and I could not help but tell people. This was not my personality. I was not looking for a second job. I was an attorney at the time. I was a sex crimes prosecutor working 60 to 80-hour weeks, and that was if I was not in trial. If I was in trial, it was more than that. I had a newborn baby at home. My husband was he is a professional baseball coach. He played for 10 years, and we're so used to this life until we had a baby. He leaves every February and comes home in October. He's literally gone the whole time. So here I was, brand new baby, working these hours, dropping her off at daycare at 7:00 in the morning, picking her up at night just in time to put her down to bed. And I was wondering, what am I doing? I'm away from my husband. I'm away from my baby. I'm doing a job that I love, but at the time, and God knew the timing, he knew how to work this out for me. Our administration had changed in our office, and things were in absolute turmoil because of this one particular leader in our office, and our job directions had changed. I had just lost my purpose at that point. I was spinning my wheels, working my tail off, and I was miserable. But here I was sitting here with these products in my hand that happened to work. And I started to tell people, not because I wanted to share to get a second job, but because I wanted to share the results that I had experienced. And within 7.5 months, I was able to quit my job. For the first time in our entire relationship, we were able to be together. My husband and I were able to be together for more than 4 months a year because of Plexus, because this opened the door to a life that I had not dreamed. If you had asked me, I would say I was going to be an attorney, I'd be a prosecutor until the day I died. But then I was holding this little baby in my arms away from my husband, and everything changed. God directed me on this path with the products. The door started opening with the business. I started sharing because of my sheer love for the products, and everything literally changed. Our lives have not been the same since then. It has been an absolute game changer for my little family because of some products that just happened to work, that got my gut health in order, that got my husband's health in order, and literally has changed our lives. Again, I'm going to tell you, I was not looking for another job. I didn't have time for another job. I just walked into a company that has a comp plan that can't be beat, that has products that cannot be beat, and they treat their people. Y'all, this company is incredible the way they treat their ambassadors. They always they refer back to the scripture that says that we are blessed to be a blessing. It is true. They bless their ambassadors, and you've heard a little bit about the trips, about how we just got home from Hawaii, how they've treated our teams to a cruise in the Bahamas. Again, the comp plan, we drive free Lexuses. Like, we have a profit share of the company. It's all of that that's amazing. But the fact is, y'all, it's like Jill said, you don't have to join this because you want to be where we're at. I just wanted my products to be paid for because I'm a bargain shopper. I wanted my products to be paid for. And then my team just started growing organically. And in 7.5 months, I was able to quit my job because I had replaced my income as an attorney. And income, let me go back to the fact that I had to go to 7 years of college to get that degree. Cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I was working my tail off in that job for people. I had to clock in. I had to clock out. I had to beg for maternity leave. I took only 6 weeks of maternity leave because of that job. I mean, we had to beg for time off because we were on a judge's schedule, on a boss's schedule who was a tyrant. I don't have to do that anymore. I get to travel with my husband. I get to be home with my baby. And not only that, y'all, I was offered a job just to teach part-time college students. I was able to teach leadership classes. I took it for fun because this allowed me the opportunity to choose what I wanted to do. It can change everything if you just take the leap of faith. You can make it what you want to. Like Jill said, if you want to just get your products paid for, we are here to celebrate that. If you want to go to Diamond, we're here to help you get there. We like to see people's dreams come true. My passion in life is to help people walk into financial freedom with their families, to have those dreams be met, whatever they are, to get your products paid for, to travel the world, to retire your husband, to quit that second or third job. We want to help you do it. And you can do it all from, like Brandy said, your phone, from your couch, holding your babies, on your schedule, not asking for people what time off you need, or if you can take a vacation day, or you don't have to be nervous about approaching a boss because you're your boss. You get to run your own business. If y'all have any questions, y'all, like I said, type them below, or you can send them on the page that if your friend added you to this call, let them know what your questions are. We are here for you. Even if you've never met us, we are a team that love each other, love on each other, and we want to help you with whatever needs you might have. So before we close out, I wanted to tell y'all that we are giving away some free memberships. You might ask what that means. $34.95 is what we pay every single year for our website fee. That's all we pay to Plexus, just to have that website fee so that people can order directly from us. We can order our products directly from a website. We don't keep inventory. That's on us. So if you are on this call, we're going to do a drawing for 6 memberships. All you have to do is let the person who invited you know that you would like to have your name considered so that you can get that free membership. They will do the rest for you, and then we'll take care of it. So y'all let us know. Again, if you have any questions, send them our way. But thank y'all for joining us. We know that your time is a precious asset, so we appreciate you sharing it with us, and we hope y'all have a very blessed night. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Kelly.